Here, remember the show is Mzansi Top 20, and I'm just on standby for the other artist that the other presenter. I've just been listening to music. Now I'm thinking of art. Yeah, man, I'm just on standby, for the other presenter in this show, Mzansi Top 20. I'm still chilled with Tomo Tlhabane. She's one young lady who's just doing a lot of community work, community development, community improvement. There's nothing as big as giving out, sharing out the whole of yourself with the entire world. That's honorable. That is the teaching that we see in the person of Christ biblically. For those who follow the Bible, giving out all of your life, not just Christ biblically, but even when we look at our history, there were people who laid down their lives just for us to be where we at maybe today. We're talking of revolutionaries, but yeah, man, there are legends who are still alive in many spaces, and I'm in the presence of one legend. Yeah, we are still talking about the drive. So how best can people participate in this drive?
Okay, so all we need basically from the community is contributions, whether be it in a physical form of the pads or whether be it any financial contribution so that we can buy the pads. And a way that they can reach out to us is through the official Miss Teen Pretoria platform on Facebook and on Instagram. Just search Miss Teen Pretoria. You can send a DM there. There's also a poster on the Facebook and the Instagram page so that you can get more information on it. There's contact numbers there. In case somebody does not have social media, then there's a personal number that you can contact, which is my personal number, which is 067 671 3006. For anybody that didn't hear that, 067 671 3006. So those are the three official platforms. In terms of financial contributions, you can do a cash send, you can ask for account numbers, or people that prefer to do things more professionally, then you can just reach out on the official Miss Teen Pretoria platform.
So what's the target of the beneficiaries? What's the target number basically?
We are trying to raise over 1,000 pads to give to the girls.
Over 1,000 pads. If you are listening to our conversation right now and you have something that you need to offer unto this big and noble cause, please follow the contact that she gave. Before we end our conversation, she's gonna bring again the contact details and where best you can be in contact with the entire drive, right? So yeah, man, it is really important for us to really join hands, in terms of assisting each other. Improving other people's life is something that is of a divine cause. It's a divine call, actually, for us all to really, give out something out there. Because after all, we all are assisted and we all get help, one way or the other. We always get help, So, yeah, man, it is also a challenge to you listening to this conversation right now. The drive is all about, providing pads for the girl child. We don't come from same families. There are families whereby it's even hard for a girl child to get just one pad. And with that, that psychologically there is an impact. When a person is in that stage or that condition and they don't have the pet, what happens to them?
They don't even feel safe enough or comfortable enough to go to school, which is impacting their education. So it's not a nice feeling. It's not a nice situation.
So yeah, man, it's a challenge, for us all to really participate in community development, to really participate in adding value unto other people's spaces. Yes, I respect. So when is the final date for the submission or the donations?
I could say until the day before, the 16th of October, because the 17th of October is the day where we are going to the school to do the pad drive. So I'm guessing if you can maybe get it to us by the 16th of October, because, we can still go to the shop and still buy them by the 16th of October. So, yeah, I think that's best.
Okay, good. So let's go back to you. What title is it that you hold right now?
Currently, I'm Miss Teen Pretoria and just Miss Teen World South Africa 2023 top 10 finalist.
All right.
And Miss Teen South Africa 2024 finalist.
Okay, so for somebody, for a young lady and maybe a young gentleman listening to our conversation, and they would really love to get into the pageant world one day, what message can you really give unto them?
All right. One motto that I definitely live by is, if your dreams don't scare you, then you're not dreaming big enough. Don't look down on yourself. Don't think just because you're a beginner or you know nothing about the space, then you should enter, only your local pageants and that's all that you're meant to do in life. Reach for the stars. My first pageant was, one of the biggest pageants in South Africa, and look how far I got. So as long as you have self-confidence and you believe in yourself and you've got a support structure, because that's a very important factor, whether you've got friends, family that can support you, that plays a very vital role in your journey. So that's truly all you need. And, go to God with your dreams. If it is meant for you, then he will definitely open that door for you. All you need to do is, take responsibility to learn more about the industry, to apply, to register for as many pageants as you can so that you can expose yourself. And that's truly it, man. And it's very easy to expose yourself these days. We've got the internet, you've got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you have all these social media platforms so that you can get your word out there. So it really takes just a small dream. You just need to invest in that dream.
Okay, Lebogang Matibela from Soweto, she's saying, how do you balance your time between your studies and your pageantry and many other things that you're doing?
All right, so I think obviously it takes discipline. You need to know your goal. You need to know what you're working towards. You need to know that every day you get an opportunity from God to do something productive with your day. And you deciding not to do something with your day, something productive, is you basically telling God that, I don't care about the opportunity that you've given me today to do something productive. So I think personally going to boarding school kind of helped a little bit because they were very strict with the studying times. I played sport immediately after sport. After dinner, it was strictly study time. So, babe, you've got 24 hours in your day. There's a lot to do in 24 hours. So just make sure you've got the discipline, you've got the correct mindset, and just remember what matters. And don't let, friends and peer pressure lead you astray.
So let's talk about maybe pressure, challenges. How do you really, find yourself or contain yourself when you are in a position of being under pressure, being pressurized by certain elements in life? How do you contain pressure?
Okay, I think I was raised to be an individual with a very strong backbone. So I don't really let societal pressures get to me as much. It's very difficult for me to be easily influenced, because I was raised in a household with strong morals, principles. And if that was embedded in you your whole life growing up, it's hard to get out of that routine. Like if you grow up every day brushing your teeth at a certain time, it becomes routine. It's hard to get out of that routine. When you stop it, you can feel that it's not normal to your system, So I think also, especially being in my first year in university, it has become way harder. The pressure is more extreme. The pressure to be cool or to be seen as, trendy in this society today. It's very difficult to navigate it, but one thing that definitely keeps me grounded is the word of God, because every day it reminds you who you are and what you're here to do. So just always go back to your roots, always take it back home.
So who are your support structures actually in this whole journey of your life?
Definitely my parents. My parents are my number one. They are my number one supporters. Everywhere I go, I am with my parents. Unfortunately, this is the first time I am somewhere without my parents, because they had a very important event to get to. But whether it's a fitting, whether it's a casting, whether it's an interview, whether I'm just applying, my dad will sit with me while I apply before I send an